Hi, my name is Mia Tolles Picard, and this is my daughter, Paris Picard. Um, Today I'm doing a review or a reveal of my 23andMe DNA results. I did this because I wanted to see a little bit more about my DNA background and my lineage. Um, we've heard various tales and things, in the family and such as far as our origins, but nothing ever quite tells the story as DNA as we know it today. So, I thought it'd be a good experience to share with my daughter, and to my surprise, it came to my email today, and so I'm opening it for the first time. Now, while I was setting up, it kind of popped open, or I hit the wrong button, or whatever you want to call it. And the first thing that comes up is your ancestry reports. There are about 78 reports that I did. And just to back up a little bit, 23andMe says when you actually submit your sample to be analyzed, they said to allow for 4 to 6 weeks for processing. Mine is completed 4 weeks to the day from receipt. I received it on July 20th, and today is August 20th, and it just popped up to my email today. So guess that was fairly quick. So anyway, let's get to it. And the first thing that really shocked me, I was born here in the States. My parents are from, my mother's from Memphis, and my father is from Ohio. And their parents were both all born down south in Alabama. And the very first thing that comes up is my ancestry composition. It says I am 82% West African. Okay, I was kind of floored. I expected a large African mixture, but I never thought 82%. So my curiosity is spiked. So, hold tight. We're going to open this up and see what else it has to say about that.
And let's see.
Okay. Ancestry composition. Little Miss Mia. It has a little pink, color coded, like a pie chart. It tells you, your percentage. And, the pink part, I guess, is the African composition. And mine is, it says I am 87.1% Sub-Saharan African, 11.4% European, and 0.5% East Asian and Native American. East Asian. Well, we'll start with the little man first. The East Asian Native American. That part, that little 0.5% that I have, comes from, what is it, Southeast Asia. Don't know where that is, but that's 0.4%. The Native American is so little, it's like 0.1%. So that part about, you got Cherokee in your family, if it is, it's so far down it isn't funny. We've got African through and through. So, anyway, and as less than 0.1% East Asian. So, Southeast Asia, that's where?
I don't think it tells you.
Southeast Asia. Isn't that, I don't know. Southeast Asia. Wondering where my 1.0. I'm wondering where the Southeast Asian came from. You most likely had a 3rd great-grandparent, 4th great-grandparent, fifth great-grandparent, a sixth great-grandparent, seventh, or who was 100% Southeast Asian. This person was likely born between 1700 and 1820.
Oh,
So that was, yeah, way back there. Okay, the Native American. It was further back from the seventh great or greater grandparent who was 100% Native American, and that person was likely born between 1700 and 1790. Oh my gosh, he was settling here with the with the Pilgrims. So that little bit that I got, that little bit that I got is, you know. So anyway, the Central and South African, British and Irish, where'd that come from?
Because you're a little bit European.
Oh, the European. Thank you. The little one's helping me out here. So the British and the Irish person, of course, was likely born between 1730 and 1820 during the slave trade. That is. So, yeah. So those people were, likely around the slave trade area. Needless to say, very little. Very little. Where we go? Oh, here's the information about them. It's hard to do this left-handed.
Let me do it.
Okay. Located at the south of China, Southeast Asia extends from Burma to Indonesia. Modern humans arrived in Southeast Asia as early as 50,000 years ago, likely using a migration route along the coast of India. Today, Southeastern Asia is comprised of many ethnic groups. Okay. So that tells me Indonesia, Burma. Okay. If I can get back to that.
I was a little shocked about
the Sub-Saharan Africa. Let's just go to the meat of this, okay? West African. So I'm 87.1% Sub-Saharan African. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold this video while I'm taping. While I'm doing this. Okay. Anyway. West African. Expanding from Senegal to Nigeria, West Africa composes of about a fifth of the African continent. I'm trying to see more information about that. Composition. It's hard to kind of navigate around here. Okay, West African. How many generations ago was your most recent ancestor for each population? Okay, so for my West African, first generation as far as 1940, 1910, and 1830. So my last three generations are all West African heritage. It says you most likely had a parent, a grandparent, or great-grandparent who was 100% West African. Okay, I'm going back, looking at my whoa, a parent, a grandparent, or a great-grandparent who was 100% West African. This person was likely born between 1880 and 1940. Wow. So, I'm not sure which parent that is, whether it's mom or dad, but
I don't know.
We'll see. Okay. Wondering where your 1.9 Central and South African ancestry came from? Well, it came from mom's side. Connect a parent on 23andMe to see what ancestries you inherited from each parent. My ancestry chromosome. Whoa.
Okay.
Here we go. Now we see some stuff. Okay. West African. Yeah. There's markers all over the place. It's almost totally West African. Central South African, and not so much. It's only 1.9%. Broadly Sub-Saharan African. My was mixed all up, okay. Broad regional assignments. Sometimes a piece of DNA matches a regional population but cannot be assigned to a more specific population. In such a case, we assign the DNA broadly to that region population rather than to a specific one. Okay. 11.4% European, that's Southern European. 6.9% was broadly Southern European. Northwestern European. I don't know what this means, but you know, scientific details. Let's go there. Can we go there? I don't know. Let's see. Scientific details. Your genome tells the unique story of your ancestry, where your ancestors lived, where they contributed to your family tree, and how the DNA was passed down to you through your parents. We determine your ancestry composition by comparing your DNA to public and private reference data. Okay, I need time to kind of process some of that, but okay, my sub-Saharan African lineage is okay. West African includes Bantu, Cameroonian, Ghanaian, Ivorian, Liberian. I say that because we connected with a relative in Liberia recently, and you know that blows my mind. But anyhow, what was this? Sierra Leonean. I was just telling my daughter. I had some friends who were from Sierra Leone, and they came up to me and said, "You know, you look like you're from Sierra Leone." I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, Yoruba. I do have some ties to the Yoruba tribe. That's something else. East African, Eritrean, Ethiopian, Maasai, and Somali. Central and South African, we have very little of that. I think there's Pygmies, Biaka, Mbuti, Pygmies, and San. I'm not sure what that means, but anyhow, that's what that says. So, what can I say? There's a lot that's here to be reviewed, and I will have to kind of go through it, you know, bit by bit, just to see, you know, what else I come up with. But, you know, that seems to be the big portion of what, my DNA consists of is African.